All right, are we live? Can you guys hear me? What's going on, everyone? Turn the music down a little bit. So, what we got going on? What we got going on? What's up, Ibrahim? He says mask. What's up, Silver? How you doing, my man? Let's go. He says, yeah, we're still not moving though. We're still stuck. Still dead in the water at the moment. Overall, not looking bad, but not looking good either. Just sitting here. So, what we got going on today? I keep forgetting today is Saturday. What's up, Harlem? He said, what's the update on Brett? Zebek Network. Brett, we hardly ever look at Brett. What is Brett doing? Is there anything running or moving or doing anything? Brett is not moving, it looks like. Oh, you're up 15%. Yeah, she came down since the last time we looked at her. You're down below the 382 now. So Brett needs to get back above, let's see. So Brett here. Yeah, it needs to get back above 56 or 5.5 to be bullish again. But it does have a nice wick forming down there. Low to the high. Let's see what we bounced off of. Yeah, we're below the double 382 at the moment. So long term and short term, Brett's not bullish here. So if Brett can hold and get back over 5.4 up to 5.6, pretty much 5.5 up to 5.6, then you can be bullish again, short term and macro wise. And then of course breakout would be over pretty much 10 cents on Brett. But as of right now, it's still, it's curling up here. Doesn't look horrible. Got a nice bounce off the 0.5, but you're still stuck at the 382. So as long as you're below the 382, even though that's some nice looking wicks on those candles there, you could still end up dropping 25% back down to the 618. But those are your prices to get over at Brett, for Brett at the moment. Sorry, I can't speak. I'm tired as hell. And then Brett, where's Brett going to? We're at 5 pennies, so probably $1's in play. More likely than not. So if I had Brett, I'm out up here at the 1618, 18.5x to $1. Brett. What's up, Stamos Real. What up, my man? Let's go. Now we got Cryptic Jared for 10. I appreciate that, my man. Miria and Moonwell, please. Hope you're in the market. Not yet. I'm not getting paid till next weekend. Not in the market yet, but I'm trying to. What's up, David? And what's going on? What's up, Harlem? Miria and Moonwell. All right, we'll look at Moonwell first. I appreciate the 10. Especially with the bearish times we're in, and there's been no revenue coming in. There's been no real super chats coming in. I've been missing streams because of work, missing updates because of work. But well overall is looking very good, making the higher highs, higher lows. Very bullish looking chart. You're sitting right on the 0.5 right now. You're above the 382. So we just bounced off of the trend, and we bounced off the 382. So this is what we said when we were down here. Is that's probably the bottom, and it's time to start grinding up, and that's exactly what Well is doing here. So as long as you're above that level there, 3.1 is your price to hold, 5.5 is your price to beat for a possible breakout to the upside. But if Well here is going to make a higher high slowly, like we've been saying, off of that 382 trend bounce, 786 here for a slightly higher high, it's not a bad move from now. That's a 280% move just to hit a higher high. And I do believe that Well here is going to surprise. Well is going to be a good play. Well to a higher high is a 40x from today up to $1.30. So Well does not look bad at all. I appreciate the 10 though. And if we want to take it to another level here, short-term resistance to get over. Let's see if we're bullish. Oh yeah, we're sitting right on the 382 also. So you are high to the low if you want to call it short-term bullish here. So not a bad spot over 3. Ooh, excuse me. And I gotta fix this, but I don't know why the Myria chart's over here. Myria. Oh, Myria had a nice move up. Let's see. So we put in the low on Myria. So right now it's trying to stay over to confirm a bottom. Let me pull this up a little bit. So if we can stay over 0012 and then eventually get up over the 382, so you're still bearish even though the bottom is technically in here. If you can get Myria up over 002 here, another 60% move up to try to be bullish. And then clearly where it got stuck last time, once you get over 004, 8, or 5, that's when you can start to be really bullish on Myria. And as for Myria, yeah, I would say this thing's going to be in good shape if it can get over this, because you can see this 236 level here, all the way back here, support, we broke it. So if you can get this candle here, this weekly candle to stay over 1-2, you're in good shape, I think, on Myria. But as for Myria running up to wherever it's going to run to, I don't know their token situation or anything like that, but a higher high, moonshot, 4.5 pennies would be a 35x. More conservative target, we'll say a penny. So 008 up to a penny, that'd be an 8x. Got my moon bag packed for ZBCN, waiting for Natix and Moonwell to run. Yeah, I think Natix already ran, didn't it? Moonwell's going to run. Moonwell looks very good. And XCN's a good project, so I think XCN's probably going to end up hitting $1. What's up the how-to? You're out of what, 50 to 65 cents? That's not a bad target. In my opinion, that's definitely going to happen. Take your profit and get out. Not a bad plan, my man. QNT. But yeah, we'll look at XCN and ZBCN more likely than not. Oh, it's... Yeah, the top was in for ZBCN, huh? QNT to the moon. QNT. As long as QNT stays over 100, she's in good shape, I think. Don't scare me. What is she at? Oh yeah, QNT's still in a real good spot here. Let's see. Yeah, we've been saying this for months and months and months. Seems like, anyway. I don't know what that line's for. But QNT finally got that monthly close over the yellow line here, where it got stuck every time. So, in my opinion, it's in a good spot. It's time to go up from here, just like we saw with the other coins. Monthly close over 100, over our trend, and we're still up here. So I would just keep it that simple. As long as you're over 100, you're bullish. 132 is your next price to beat. Breakout over 174, 175. About another 15% move up. And if you want to look at it shorter term, if you want to call it that, weekly candle chart, high to the low. Yeah, if you could stay over the 618 here at 113. If you can stay over 113 here, you're in real good shape to continue pushing up. Yeah, even with a 3-day close over, so a day and 3 hours left. But I would more likely watch the weekly. If the weekly can close over 113, then it's going to continue moving up. But QNT doesn't look bad at all. What's up, Woody? Yeah, QNT's still bullish. Natix is forming a cup and handle. Yeah, Natix was already running, wasn't it? I don't remember what it's doing. Oh, you're talking about a large cup and handle, huh? Yeah, you talking about this? Could be. Yeah, I mean, Natix already ran, so we'll see how it plays out. It is holding over the 618. Just keep in mind you do have a bearish cross on the stock RSI. Last time that happened, top was in and came all the way back down. So we'll see how it plays out here. So what we'll simply do on Natix, we'll just go from the low here to the high. Off for the most recent little run, if I can get this to stay where I want it to. Yeah, you held the 618 and the 382, so as long as you hold this 1-2 area, you're still bullish. If you get back over 1-4 up to 1-5, then you're even more bullish, and it'll probably continue up. And if it is a large cup and handle, then we're forming our handle, and then we'll go up at some point after a little bit of consolidation here. And then just from here, new high, 1272 at 203 is a 2x, a little over a 2x. What's up, Stormtrooper? What did you say? Oh, Moodang. Yeah, Moodang. What did Moodang do? Hopefully it's still waiting for me. I'm still waiting on Moodang to get in when I get paid, hopefully. Yeah, she's still holding up. You're holding the 618 at 18. I believe it's the 236 also. Oh, yeah. So Moodang right now is very bullish. It's consolidating and it's holding over the bullish 236. You're holding the 618. At some point, I think Moodang is just going to start flying out of here again. I don't want to draw it and make it bearish, but slightly higher low on that candle there. So we are consolidating in a very bullish continuation pattern right now on Moodang. I would definitely put in a long position on Moodang, at least $100, just to make some sort of money in the market right now. So short term, yeah, it looks like once you get over the 618, that's your breakout point. High to the low. Once you get back over 2.2 bullish, and then 2.6, time to break out to the upside. And it just depends on how it's going to break out. It could be a 786 from here, 67% move, and it could just fly out of here. It doesn't look bad on Moodang. What is Birdie? Bird EI. I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. Bird EI. Bird dog. Bird money. I guess it's a deck screener coin. Yeah, you're going to have to tell me if it's on Solana, Polygon, or ETH. I'd imagine you're meaning the ETH one because it's up 168%. Pepe's baby mama. Pepe's baby mama. They come up with everything. Yep, she's going to the moon. Damn. Yeah, this thing's bullish right now. I don't know where you found it at, but came up here, consolidated, and it's taken off again. Same thing I expect Moodang to do. Yeah, you just broke over resistance at the 1414. Volume is coming in. Birdie, Pepe's baby mama is going to the moon. Everyone pile in. If it can stay over 002, next stop up looks like a penny. Damn, this thing's about to have a spike up. It's about to do a 4x if it stays over 2. If it stays over. I'm not saying it's going to. Yeah, but it looked very bullish right here. Flat top, higher lows. Very bullish continuation, ascending triangle pattern, and now it's going. If I could get this, man. What's up, Stone Santa? Yeah, it's getting a little exhausting. Feels like we've been here forever. Man. TARS AI. Oh man, see, TARS AI looks the same way. V-shaped recovery, and it's consolidating, and it's making higher lows. It looks just like that coin we just looked at. It consolidated and just blasted out of here. But this is what we've been saying on TARS. If it gets over 15.5, it's too late to get in. You can clearly see this area of volume and resistance. Last time it broke through, it went all the way up to a new high. So possibly TARS AI, bullish where it is right now. Momentum is up on the weekly here. This thing's potentially, as long as you hold over 10 and get over 15, it's about to spike up and do, what, 140% move. So a 2.5x up to 26, next target up. Yeah, this would be another coin that I'd put in a long position right now, especially with it down here sitting on that 0.5 pretty much, right on support with the higher lows. It looks really good here. Damn. TARS AI, if it can hit about $3 or so, it'll be a 30x. $2 would be an 18.5x. Next high, maybe that's where it's running to next. Damn. It's a 10.5x up to $1.15 for the 1272 retracement. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Is that a deck screener coin? Titcoin. Yeah, well, I guess it's this one. I think we looked at this before. Yeah. So we went from that high to the low. Yeah, with a chart like this, it's kind of hard to... Yeah, I guess it's somewhat respecting something here, but I don't like it. So what we'll do is yeah, we're just going to move that. The overall chart, what are these daily candles? I'm going to zoom in here in just a moment. But high to the low, as long as you're over a penny, you are bullish. That's your 236. So as long as over a penny, you're bullish. And the only other thing we're going to do is we're just going to zoom it into the most... Damn. I guess we will leave it like that. Yeah, So we'll just keep it simple. As long as you're over a penny, you're bullish. The 1414 here, you can see it tagged last time. And then got stuck at the 2. So if it stays bullish and holds over the 1414, we'll just go from today. Yeah, not a bad move. A higher high on this one would be 14 pennies for an 8.5x. Why did that disappear? And it appears now that you're below the 1618, it does put in play that 1414. So if it does end up coming back there, and that is the bottom for a new high, that would be a 13x up to 14. What's up, Crypto Homes? What's up, Farmer? Give some ACH action. Thoughts on Turbo? 757. I have invested into Keyboard Cat. Numbers look promising. What's up, Flip Coins, my man? How you doing? What's up, Dustin? What's up, O House? How you guys doing? Yeah, ACH is another one I want to get in, but I don't know if it's going to wait for me. I need a couple of months to accumulate some money on the side. Come on, ACH. So the fact that I'm still poor and broke, what I'm going to try to do just to get my foot in the door to get anything going, so I don't miss out on the run that we're going to have at some point, I'm probably just going to start putting like $100 5x long on ACH and many other coins, Spell Token, and just add. If they don't leave, I'm just going to add to it. Yeah, ACH is still technically holding our trend. Once we get back over 2.5, you're bullish. And it's down here on the trend again. So this is like the perfect time to be loading up on ACH, in my opinion. Unless something stupid happens in the market and everything crashes, it doesn't look bad here. If I had the money to get into the market, and I saw ACH where it is right now, I'm getting in. Perfect time. A very short term. What are we on? Weekly. Yeah, we just tagged the 786 also, so perfectly. Final support. Yeah, man. I hope if it bounces and goes back up, hopefully it comes all the way back down to the trend once again for me at some point in the future. Yeah, ACH doesn't look bad. Because I still think ACH is going to blast out of here once it gets over the 618 at 5.5. It's too late. Because now is the time to be getting in. She's going to rocket up here to at least 50 cents. That's a 23.5x from here. I think someone said Turbo. High to the low. As long as we're over 3.3, we're still bullish. We got stuck at the 618. Got rejected. That's not what you want to see. So high, low. There's no breakout. As long as you stay over 3.3, you're bullish. 5.8. The breakout is in play. 5.8 up to 7. 0.06 up to 0.07. Then you'll know this thing's breaking to the upside. But right now, just keep it simple. That 3.3 level is your price to hold. And then if we cut it this way, yeah, you're still holding the 3.2. So short-term high to the low, 3.6 is support to stay bullish. And then, like I said, on the downside, 3.3. Keycat looks promising. If it's on Coinbase, then you got something. I mean, it looks like these other charts we've been looking at, Natix and so many others, where it's just kind of erratic all over the place. Low to the high, you're down below the 3.2, you're holding the 0.5. So all I can really say right now, if you can get back over 4.8, 618, 3.2, you're bullish again. Stuck in a downtrend at the moment. So once you get over that, downtrend is broken and you're bullish. Support right now is 4. Any lower than 4, then 3/4 is coming into play, because now that you're down below that 382, a lot of times you will end up coming down. So we'll see how it plays out. But once the downtrend is broken, you get over the 382, 26% drop until you get over that. And then KeyCat is coming up on half a penny. So I think a fair price would be a Coinbase coin like this, 5 cents from sub a penny would be a 10x. Oh man, KTA. What is KTA? KTA to the moon. Oh, Kita. Oh, this is that new coin that already pumped. Yeah, I did an update on this coin, but where's our chart at? Looking at the daily chart, we didn't even come back down to the green box I drew. Yeah, she's bullish. She's still pushing up here. Jesus. Damn. Yeah, it held support at the 2414 from when I covered it. And now she's already passed the 2618, headed for the 3. Yeah, doesn't look bad here. Momentum is clearly up. Got another 22% to go to resistance at 176. And if it blows through that, then congratulations. Probably headed to the top of the fib here. So 4x up to $6 in play. Yeah, this thing was, just started going to the moon and it never stopped. Looks very good. I mean, it just looks like it's headed to the top. I don't know if I can long that coin, but I don't have the money anyway. Jasmine and XYO may be done. No, they're just not moving yet. A lot of these older coins are just, we're still in consolidation mode. No excitement yet. Jasmine just simply couldn't hold getting through our red box here. Pretty much got stuck right at it and died. That was the big red box of death to get over. It's not over it yet. So really 16 is the price to get over. 16 up to 18 and a half. And if you get over that, then you could be bullish on it. And then short term, you're sitting right on the 0.5 support. So short term, if you can get back over 14.8, bullish again. Then over 16 to 17, even more bullish. But as long as you're below the 382, we are holding support. So right now 13 is your support. Any lower than that, then 16% drop down to 1 again. But overall, it's just doing what the rest of the market's doing. Nothing. It came down and put in the macro low, I think, at this green box, and it's just not moving yet. But I think 13 cents is definitely possible or 30 cents. So Jasmine, I think, is at least good for a 20x. And I still think dollar's possible. But that would be a 73x. Of course, I wouldn't hold my whole position up there. No way. XYO. Yeah, everyone make sure you answer the poll, hit the like button for me. It does help in these times of sideways. Yeah, XYO is still stuck in this little downtrend it has in play. Still trying to hold the 382 on the macro at 1 to stay bullish. So as long as you're over 1, you're bullish. We just tagged a trend again, very short term. Oh no, we're below the 618. So until you get over this trend line, clearly over about 1.8, 108 up to 1.2, and then as long as you're below that 618 and 382, you're just below. That does put in play the final support, 11% drop at the moment. And if it comes down there, I would imagine that's it. Time to go up from there. Because larger time frames, of course, we've been holding and tagging the trend, making higher highs and higher lows. It looks like well and all these other coins. So you're holding over one. If you stay over one, you're good. And then possibly a higher high on XYO would take you up past the 786. So gun for the high maybe. Yeah, 5 to 6x, but this thing to a new high. What, 21 cents is your 20x. Hold on. All right. What's up, Easy Good? Algorand, please. Santa says if Turbo pays off on debt, I'll hook you up with a little envelope. A little envelope. I appreciate the thought, my man. Yeah, you guys are going to be surprised when these coins actually wake up and go to the moon. We're going to have these large monthly, weekly green candles that are just spawning in. It's going to be great. It's just we're not there yet, but it's going to be good times. What's up, Hood Rich? How you doing, my man? Algo. Yeah, Algo's another one. Algo, Spell. Yeah, you can clearly see we're still holding up higher highs and higher lows. A lot of these coins on the macro charts, we've just been simply getting ready for the run. We're forming the higher highs and the higher lows. Very bullish macro market structure. Now, you are below the 236 on Algo, so we could still have some downside, but you are holding the 618. So that could be it. If you get back over 9 or 20 and then up to 29 to 33, then you're bullish again to push to a higher high. If you lose 18.6, but there's no telling, momentum's trying to shift back to the upside here. We've been holding for what? 4 months on this 618, so not a bad look for support. You would end up dropping 30% back down to the trend and back down to 13, which would be a really good spot to get in. So if we see Algo back down to 13 cents, that's your time to buy in, which I kind of hope it does over the next coming months, just so I can get in. But Algo is an older coin, so if Algo could be, if it does come down here and go up, that could be it. By the time it comes all the way down here and makes its way back up, that's going to be the top of the run. The higher high is a 7x from today to $1.35 pretty much. It's going to go higher than that. If you get a $4 Algo, then you're getting a 20x. Nero again. Yeah, isn't Nero never moving? Wrong one. Yeah, Nero's in the same spot. It's not moving. It moved down a little bit, but ultimately it's just sitting here. Got stuck at the 382 pretty much. You're over the 236, so let's see what it's holding here. You got to get back over 3055 to be macro bullish. And short term, you're sitting right on your 382, so that's why you're holding here. So 4 is your support to stay bullish. And then of course 5.5 is your price to be macro bullish. And then Nero moonshot 15x up to 206 to a new high. All right, let me switch the music. I don't know what we want. Did you buy Dash yet? Is literally a 10x ready, insane setup. Nah, I haven't got in yet. I ain't got no money. I don't get paid till next weekend. And at that, you know, I got bills to pay because I just got this job. But I'm hoping to have at least 100 or maybe 200 bucks to throw into the market. But it's probably only going to be 100. But I'm going to slowly get there. But that's why I need the market to kind of just wait for me. But yeah, Dash is on my list. But that's how I'm going to have to get started. It's just $100, 5 to 10x long on something that's on the bottom. And you just wait for my little 5x play. Yeah, Dash is all the way back down here. What are we doing? Yeah, that's probably the bottom on Dash. I mean, you came all the way back down to this area here. I don't think there's time to go lower, so it's only up from here. But yeah, I do like Dash, but I'm not in it yet. So short term on Dash to see if this thing's gonna flip bullish. Yeah, 236 came into play. You got stuck perfectly. So 24 up to 30. If you can get over 30, then you're bullish. And then of course on the macro, got to get over 99, $100, and then you'll go to the moon. The moon may only be the 618 retracement though. Yeah, because it made a lower high in 2021. So that would put in play a move up to the 618, and that's it for the bull run. But that's a 12x from today. A move up here, and then it's back to bear market. But yeah, as of right now, what is that? That's almost a 13x. So not a bad. We're at $21. Oh, maybe it only hits the 0.5. That would be more conservative, more likely where I would get out about 170, maybe 200 bucks. Yeah, 200 would be your 9x. So yeah, if I had Dash, I'm out at 200. What's up, Sean? Chain link, please. You're targeting 285 on Dash. Yeah, like I said, a 618 retracement is very possible in a bull market, and that would complete the lower high. So yeah, it's not a bad spot. Link. Yeah, Chainlink's another good one. Link looks very bullish. It's been holding it very well. You're holding over the 3-2, you're making higher highs and higher lows. And just as ACH and many others, you just put in the bottom again. So perfect time to be buying Link is right now, not financial advice. 3-2 over 12, hit the trend, you're not moving. And I'm telling you guys, it's only up from here. Are we about to have a bullish monthly cross? Yeah, we are. About to have a bullish monthly stock RSI cross, so it's going to start moving up. And what are we at? $14. Yeah, chain link to a higher high here. 100 bucks would be a 6x, 6.5x. I don't know the target, 100, $150. 150 if we have a nice bull run would be a 9.5, 10x on Chainlink, but it doesn't look bad where it is. Looks good. We got flip coins for 10. I appreciate that, my man. ZBCN. Yeah, did you buy ZBCN? Did you make money on it? Yeah, ZBCN had a nice, decent run from our bottom we were watching it on. So hopefully you guys took profit on this thing. As I always tell you guys, don't be greedy. So what are we holding? So ZBCN stuck below the 1272. You're still above the 382. You're holding the 236. So as long as you're holding 205, you're still bullish right now. 5 down to 4. Any lower than 4, that's your top. But it is holding up nicely here. Let's see if we pull this down. Yeah, if you pull it all the way down to the low to the high, yeah, you held the 236 to stay bullish over 4. Get back over 5.2, you may be in business here. But it's still bullish, but it could very well be the top. But it's not looking horrible. Even though the thing I did point out was that last time we ran back, was it here or here? Yeah, it was back here. As soon as the stock RSI on the 3-day crossed bearish, it went back to consolidation. And we already crossed bearish up here and we're coming down. So we'll see what happens. But that's your support to watch. I appreciate the 10. And then you guys are saying ZBC into $1 to $2. My God. From today, if it holds up and you just go, yeah, must be nice. Just to hit 60 cents is 114x. Hell, just to hit 20 cents is a 40x. So you can't go wrong. And if it pulls back to, retest the high at 3.3, got a chance to buy it cheaper again. 30% drop. ZBCN. But yeah, hopefully you guys took profit on it, because it could retrace all the way back down. Oh, what's up, Robert? Yeah, we did ACH already. ACH is like in the perfect spot to buy in. I'll just cover it one last time really quick, and then I gotta get a drink. Wow, it's already 5:30. But yeah, you just zoom out on the monthly, take away a lot of the noise. We already said that it's probably going to wick down below, which it already did. It's still holding our trend line. It just looks extremely well here. If I actually had the money now and I've been waiting to get in the market, I would look at this coin. I would look at so many different other ones right now and be like, this is it. These monthly candles, we're back down here at the trend. There's no time to really break down and come down here, because then we're never going up. So this tells me this is the bottom. We're about to get a bullish monthly cross on the stock RSI. Last time we did that, time before we did that, every time we go to a higher high. So in my opinion, it's time to run up to the 618 area, probably get over 5.6 and hold. And then when it's time for alt season, we're just going to blast out of here to 50 cents plus. But from today, on the bottom, a 23.5x from here. But yeah, perfect time to be buying in right now. My big thing is, though, I need a couple months to get the money to get in, because it's probably going to be $100 a check until I get caught up on bills. So I'm hoping we stay sideways and doing nothing for the next 2 months. The Swift coin hasn't moved. It's in the same spot. The Swift coin needs to get over 16 short term. Let's see if she's still holding bullish here. No, you're breaking down a little bit. So now you broke to 0.5 and your resistance at it at 1.2. So a penny looks like it's in play right now. So right now, as long as you're below 1.2, another 10% drop down to 1, and possibly even lower. But it's like all these other coins on the monthly. We're about to have a bullish monthly cross. Every time we have that, it goes up. Right here, it went up. And we're just about to have it again. So we're not looking bad on the macro monthly charts for these coins. We're about to get monthly bullish crosses on the stock RSI, which is very bullish. Very bullish. Like I said, the last couple of times it just ran, both times. And we're about to get it again. Once Trump fires Powell, then we go up. What's up, D Auto 007 by tonight? Which coin you talking about? Talking about ZBCN? I don't remember what it was at. I can't even think. Yeah, we'll see. Z-Bag, man, she had such a decent run. Still kicking myself for not buying in right here. Oh, man. Would have been nice. Alright, let me put it on DGen, then I gotta go find something to drink. You guys answer the poll, please, and hit the like button for me. DGen to the moon. Yeah, DGen's gonna be a good play. There's so many good plays, and yet there's so many coins. But I think all the ones that we're covering on the channel here are probably the hopefully the right coins that are gonna run. Alright, how many people we got here? Oh, not bad. 35 people. We've been almost an hour in. What's up, Ibrahim? Yeah, mask. We're going to look at mask. All right, as I leave it here for a moment, let me switch the music for a minute. Try to get a little more bullish music going on. I will be right back. All right, we're back. What are we looking at? Degen. Yeah, someone let me know. Can you hear me and hear the music okay? Degen's still holding the 236 from the high, or yeah, high to the low. So technically the bottom is in. Once we get over 007, 382, we can be bullish again on Degen. Breakout over a penny and a half. But we are sitting on support right now. So Degen of 40x up to 17 to 20 cents. Degen's going to blast out here when it finally does. It's just we've had so long of bearishness and time to buy in. Yeah, and you're holding the 0.5 also at 4. So short term, if you can hold and get back over 5, up to 6, then you can be bullish again. Short term to push over the 382. Yeah, let me do mask because Ibrahim was the first one in here. And he asked for mask, so we'll look at mask. Ooh. Mask network, what is she doing? Oh, damn. Whoa, what happened? Clearly came down since we looked at her. Damn, this thing's sold off. So it put in a lower high again. I think we went over that last time. You had to get up here and break the 382 at 14 or 420. If you did not, clearly still bearish, still in a downtrend. You made a lower low. So there's nothing bullish on the overall macro chart for mass network here. It looks very bearish. You're getting a weekly cross on the stock RSI, just like you did back here, and it was over. Went to that lower low. So what can we do here? So a 786 retracement, a 10x up to $20 from here. But like I said, there's nothing bullish on mask. So what we'll do is we'll zoom in to see if you can stay short-term bullish. Then we'll go low to the high. You're down below the 382, sitting on the 0.5 support. So 86, which you're dipping below, you could very well come all the way back down here. And if 125 doesn't hold, that's a 33% drop, then it's going for a lower low. We got Eldor for 5. I appreciate that. XPR to 25 cents. I appreciate that. Audio, video, good here. Appreciate that, Silver. XPR to 25 cents. XPR, I don't remember what she's doing. We haven't looked at XPR in a while. What are we doing here? Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to move that off of the screen. XPR, you're down below the 382, so you're not bullish anymore. Let's just zoom out. Yeah, it doesn't look bad here, especially on the monthly chart. You're still, momentum is up, and you're about to have a bullish cross again. Clearly strong move up into this consolidation, triangle pattern, continuation pattern, whatever you want to call it. So it doesn't look bad here. If we can get back over 4, you're bullish again. And then XPR to the moon, 25 cents, very likely. Oh, yeah. I think 30, or no, you said 25 cents. Hold on. That's 3 cents. So 25 cents. I mean, I don't know what XPR network is or does, but you guys seem to be very bullish on it. I'll say maybe. I'm not sure. That'd be a 75x from here. It's a large move. What do we sub a penny? Yeah, it made a lower high in 2021. So maybe 3 to 5 cents. That would be my target. If I had XPR and it got a 15x at 5, I'm out. I would say Moonshot would be up 25 to 40. Because 40 is 116x. 25 cents, like I said, it's a large move, 75x. But it looks bullish where it is right now. Once you get back over 4, you're in business. Can SUKU get back to $1? I don't remember what SUKU's doing. Oh, SUKU looks like the other coin, just extremely bearish. Lower lows, lower highs, macro-wise, just doesn't look good. You got to get back over 3.6 up to 4.7. What do you got, 3 pennies? If it'll quit selling off and people are actually going to buy it, maybe $1. High to the low, you got to get over 4. And then, of course, on the macro, you have to get over 12 to be bullish. Break the downtrend. Or break the lower high scenario. I don't know how these coins are going to perform. I know they're low market caps, Coinbase coins, but there's so many coins now. I'd imagine it's going to have a decent run. Back to the 618 to 10x to 32. 65 would be a 20x, so maybe not. Maybe 65 is a target. It could very well wick up to $1, so I wouldn't ignore it. It's a 32, 33x from here. What? We got Jarrett for 2. I appreciate that. How's Swift looking? Yeah, we just looked at Swift. Short term, it's not looking great. Overall, it hasn't moved. So we just looked at it, but I appreciate the 2. You can see we're down below the 3.2, down below the 0.5, getting stuck. So a low to the high, short term on Swift, depending on where we're going to come to. But the 618 at 1.1 is next. So as long as you're below 1.2, an 8% drop still, and then even down to the final support at just under a penny at 23% drop is in play right now. But ultimately it hasn't moved. But I would say if it does end up coming down to these levels, that's probably really good times to buy in, because on the monthly, as you can see, if we can see it, every time you have a bullish monthly stock RSI cross, it ran to a high. Next time it did it, ran to a new high, ran way up. And it's about to cross bullish right now on the monthly. As you can see, every time it does that, it's time to go up. But it doesn't look horrible. And then Swift coin, 10 cents would be a 8x, 20 cents, good target. Be about a 16, 17x, and then 50 cents. The 38x from here, and then a lot of people want $1, so we do have the 3 level, 100x to $1.25. But 10, 20, and 50 cents are all good targets on Swift, and I would imagine it's about to start going up over the next coming weeks. Lost me on ZBCN. Is it all done? No, it's by going by the fibs, it's still bullish. I don't remember what we said, but the only thing I'm concerned with is look at this large monthly candle that spawned in. If you're not greedy, if you bought in down at the accumulation where I was going to buy in, because we were looking at it right in here and we were saying, man, this thing looks so bullish. If it breaks over the 236, it's probably just going to start flying. And that's exactly what it did. So I was going to buy in right here when this candle was breaking over the 236, and I didn't. I bought Beam. So you guys that were buying in this accumulation, once again, after it ran and came down and accumulated, I just hope you guys took a lot of profit here. Because you never know with crypto. You never know when we're going to get that black swan event or something's going to happen and these things just completely die. So not being greedy would take profit up here, just a wick above the 1414. You're sitting low to the high. So as long as you're over 4, you're still bullish. Just keep it that simple. It doesn't look bad where it is. Did the same thing back here with a little pullback and held. Staying over the 236. Yeah, see, it did the same thing back here. Once it started running, pullback, held the 236. And then we got another bullish cross, and then it was up again. But clearly this is not bullish on the 3-day. Weekly's bearish cross. Yeah, so that could, I mean, it could very well come back down. We'll see how it plays out, because that does not look good on the momentum. But if the momentum comes all the way back down here on the 3-day and you're still holding over 4 and you're down here, that's extremely bullish. If we get the stock RSI back down to the bottom to reset and you're still holding bullish up here. So we'll look at it every day as we do, but hopefully that helped. The sub T13. Yeah, I think Rose is extremely bearish. Rose to 0. Let's see what she's doing. She's up 5%. Down below the macro 236. Got a nice little move going up. Let's see what she held. 618 possibly. Yeah, you just got to bounce off of the 618. So that's healthy short term. Low to the high. You held that 618 once again. And you put in a slightly higher low. So that's also still bullish. A lower high or a higher low is good. Held the 618 at 26 is good. Bullish back over 3. Get over 3, possibly send you up to the macro 236 at 4. Not bullish macro wise until you get over 7. If Rose can ever get back over 7, then you could be macro bullish on it. But like we've been pointing out with the momentum, last time we had a bearish cross from the top, it was all she wrote. Time to go put in a lower low. And we already crossed, and we're already, so if you lose that 618 support, it's over. It's going down, down. But off of that 618 support, maybe we're setting up for that double bottom of the higher low, but it doesn't look great on Rose. Now zooming out to the monthly, you can clearly see where there was support, support, support. That's where we're getting stuck at. So it has to get over 4.3 for any kind of momentum up. And then Rose, possibly a higher high. So maybe a 10x up to about 29. But yeah, Rose is another chart. I would never buy Rose. Nothing against it, but I would never buy it. Are you excited for this bull run? I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited to get in, but I'm not in. I don't own anything, my man. Chris, I'm out of everything. Be careful about Cookie and TAI, they're heavy dilution. Yeah, that's why I'm sticking with my rollover plan. A couple of new coins I'm throwing in, like Ondo. Maybe Sui and Ondo. I don't know the Sui situation with the coins, but Ondo definitely is going to get bought by me if I ever get back in the market. We got Eldor for 5 again. SEI to $5. I appreciate the support, my man. That's awesome, especially in the times we're in. SEI to $5. Yeah, it looks just like the Rose coin, but I would have to say that was the bottom, even though you're pulling back because you hit the volume area. I don't think SEI, well, I mean, a lot of these coins, even Rose, SEI, these coins really don't have a chance to go lower. I mean, short-term lower, but I'm talking about breaking lows and going low, like way down. So right now, 18 is your support, 618, if you can hold 17, you're in good shape. And if you come down to 15, 22, 21, 22% drop, if it comes down to that level, I would say that's the best buying opportunity on SEI. That'd probably be your final bottom. And then it just go up from there. You get the idea. Bullish over 30, breakout clearly over 72. That's where I got stuck last time. SEI. Yeah, I guess people are underestimating SEI. We have the 1618 retracement here. It's a 22x, so $5. Yeah, I don't know what SCI is, but I wouldn't rule it out. You got 25x from here. Conservative target's going to be $2. That's still a decent move. 10x up to 2. But yeah, there's a good chance you come down to that 618786, especially with the stock RSI coming down. What is that, Zcash? Yeah, Zcash is another one on my Coinbase list, I believe. It's up 6% on the week. Damn, when's the last time we looked at Zcash? Is that the best chart we have for Zcash? Nope. Alright, that's better. Yeah, Zcash spawned in, went to 0. Lower high in 17, lower high in 21. It doesn't look bad here. It's starting to curl up. Nice little higher lows going on. Not the greatest looking chart, but it is down going sideways. So clearly once you get over 66, bull run up to 215. That's a 5.5. No, let me switch it now. Got a little pump going on. 4x from here. So you got to ask yourself, is Zcash going to make a higher high finally? That's the big question. Yeah, you came down and held the 618, and you're moving. So short term, 43 bullish, get over 54, you're even more bullish. Should push you up over 66.5. And then, like I said, ultimately, the scenario would put you at a lower high once again. And now it'd take you to the 382. So if I had this one, just looking at chart history, 200, 215 for a 4x, I'm out. That's exactly my plan. 2 to 3 to 4 to 5x on an old coin, and I'm out, especially looking at the chart. If it goes higher, congratulations. If it actually makes a higher high, then maybe you get a 10x up to 555. Sub Isaac, shipping is pumping sideways. Yeah. Shipping is a good play, though. Very bullish looking chart on shipping. On my rollover list. I'm trying to get as many coins as I can on my rollover list. That way I don't miss some moves. And I want to be able to get in on maybe 4 to 5 plays at a time. And then once one moves, take profit, roll it over. I just don't have the money to buy in on, say, Ondo or something and just put, 10K on it or something. I got to get the money rolling in first. Yeah, Myro's stuck down below the 236, so bullish or bearish under 4 to 2. We got stuck at the 382 last time, so until you get over 4, you're not bullish. Good thing is, though, you're having the... Let's see the weekly. Yeah, everything looks the same right now. It's all going to depend on if we hold. Because the weekly stock RSIs on a lot of coins are bearish right now. So that could indicate and tell us that we are coming down to these final supports. We're going to put in these double bottoms with the higher lows. We're still going to drop 20, 30, 40%. 40% on Myro. And then just simply setting up for that very beautiful double bottom. And then we can finally have our bull run. Damn, wrong way. But you get the idea. So you're down below 2, 382, 236. So If the 0.5 at 2 doesn't hold, we could drop 25% to 17. But I do believe Myro is going to be a very good play. Once Myro finally wakes up and starts running, it'll have a couple of giant green candles spawn in. And just zooming out so we can just see. Yeah, Myro to $1.25 I think is very possible. That's a 54.5, 55x from here. So Myro's a good play, I think. Myro's not dead. It's just doing what the rest of the market's doing. Cookie. Yeah, just look at their unlock schedule, I guess. If they're unlocking a bunch of coins before the end of the year, then just, which it doesn't impact it that much. Because we saw Ondo dump a bunch and it didn't even move. But yeah, Cookie's still holding up bullish high to the low as long as you're over 18. Weekly candles got stuck at the 618, so no breakout until you get over 32. You lost the 0.5 support, so 18 is your price to stay bullish. And it's simply starting to curl up here. Not bad looking. Ooh, excuse me. So you're below 24, 18 is in play. And you can clearly see the little trend line with the higher lows. So you could still drop 16% and still be alive and bullish. And then Cookie, new high on Cookies is 7.5x to $1.60. So maybe 250 is a good target. That'd be your 10, 11x. And then the 1618 retracement, a $4 Cookie would be a 20x. Pretty much 18.5, 19x really. Yeah, but once it drops down to the 382, momentum's going to reset and then it's up from there. So Cookie back at 18 could be a real good buying opportunity. But yeah, shipping. Oh man, it's so hot in here. Yeah, just looking at shipping on the monthly chart is where you got to look. It ran and it's been holding. It's been holding the 236 forever. It made a slightly higher high, I think. Yeah. Besides this week, it's still curled up, making higher lows. So once you get over 8, you're bullish on shipping. So I hope shipping waits for me. And shipping ran hard last time. 2021 held up. 2022 it ran. So if it does that again, higher high, maybe to 15 cents, that's a 25x. Very conservative, 4 pennies would be a 7x, so that's still not bad. If you believe it's running up here to 30 cents, that is a 50x. Which, just looking at the overall macro chart, it looks like it would in a bull run. Let's see what the poll says. 55 votes, Doge is winning. Yeah, if you haven't voted, vote. Doge to $1 before ZBCN and XCN. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I updated Dog and Me on the channel. Dog and Me's not moving yet, but it is going to be a good play. I'm surprised no one asked for it yet. It's just going up and sideways. Very good looking chart. The positive thing that I went over in the trend or the update, it did hit the 618, 1618, 618. It held, it bounced back over the 0.5. We hit the little trend line we have going on here. So if you can stay over 6.9, get over 8.1, you're bullish. But ultimately, the chart looks very good, curled up here. Let's see, monthly. We don't have a RSI. Yeah, we're getting a 3-day bullish cross about. Every time we do that, we get a nice run up. So we'll see how it plays out on Dogamy, but very good looking chart. But tagging that trend, and if it's running for a higher high here, we could get a decent run over the next coming weeks here up to the 2618 at 002. And then, of course, from where we are today to the top of the fib is a 24x up to a penny and a half. But it does not look bad. Oh, man. Let's get this caught up. Let me refresh. How many likes? How many likes do we got? Let's see. Oh. Andy on ETH looks like a good play. Kaibo Shib. Sub Charles. Kib, she. What is Kibshi doing? Yeah, Kibshi had a decent run. It still doesn't look horrible here. It's been doing the same thing forever. Candles with wicks all over the place, and it just keeps going. Momentum is clearly still up on the 3-day here. But it is stuck at the 618. So support right now is 1.1 and then 1.7 to continue the run. We are about to get a bearish weekly cross, if it's going to cross. Last time it bounced and it just kept running. So keep it even simpler. Yeah, as long as you're over the 0.5, that's your 236, you're still bullish. So as long as you're over 1.1 bullish, price to beat is 17. And then Kaibo Shib, a new high would give you 11x to 3016. Yeah, apparently Andy, Brett, Pepe, all these coins are going to be good plays. I would imagine if you get, I'd imagine a 10x is easy on all these coins. Yeah, what is the, let me see. Do we have you looked at Andy? Andy. Yeah, still holding the 236 support, so it doesn't look horrible. Got stuck at the 0.5, didn't hold the 382. It's doing what the rest of the market's doing. Everything's doing this pattern here. So 236 at 5 is your support. Bullish back over 407. And short term, if you want to call it that, weekly candles here. Low to the high. Yeah, you're just below the 0.5. So there's many different levels you can look at, but you're holding the 236, so I'd keep it that simple. Back over 7 bullish, breakout, potentially back over 301. But like I said, Andy and Pepe and Brett, I think they're called the Boys Club. Yeah, because the new high on Andy is a 17x to 308. Yeah, we got 18 people left here, 27 likes, 58 votes. Dogecoin is clearly winning. What time is it? 6 o'clock. CTX, please. What's up, Peter? Yeah, it probably won't be much longer now. We'll be off because we've pretty much covered everything for the day. CTX, what is CTX doing? I don't remember. Let's see. Oh yeah, she broke our macro support line, 618, so we're going to move that. Low to the high. It's not looking the greatest right now because you did break this level here, and now it's resistance. So if you can get back over 185 to 205, you're in good shape again. Bullish back over 315. But as of right now, as long as you're below 185, then 786 is in play again, especially after you made a lower low off of that wick, lower high. So it doesn't look the greatest right now. I would say if it comes back down to 126 or so and drops 22, 23%, probably a real good time to buy in. But it is bearish right now. So, I mean, we'll see how it plays out. We do have a bullish monthly cross coming in play. So maybe that's it. That's a nice looking wick, even though you made a lower low. And technically, this candle's still holding where these wicks ended up. So if we wanted to push the narrative and say this is probably the bottom on CTX, you can clearly see if we put that there, the wicks, some wicks below it, candle held, candle's trying to hold. But if you get it down here at 126, just get it a little bit cheaper. But with the monthly stock RSI about to cross bullish, we could start moving up from here. Which we're seeing that on a lot of coins. If they're down on the bottom making lower lows, they're about to turn bullish. Are we going to run up here to a new high and do an 85x? No, probably not. So a 20x, or no, a 11x, that's $19 to $20 in CTX. Very conservative price, a 6x up to pretty much 10. He says go for XRP. What's up, trader? XRP for 2030. There's no way to tell what XRP is going to do by 2030, my man. By 2030, it's going to be at $100. I'm not an XRP moon boy or maximalist or anything. I'm waiting to see what it's going to do this cycle. It's holding up very well. Very strong holding up over this level, 236.205. If XRP hits $8 to $10 this cycle, then I don't know where it's going to be in 2030. Because we have the new high at 830 would be almost a 300% move, so about a 3.5, over a 3.5x from here. I'm having a hard time seeing it go over $10. The target forever has been $5. That's for this cycle. As for 5 years down the road, no one can tell you that. They can scream bullish $50, $100, whatever they're saying. I have no idea. But there's no telling. The only thing I know is when it hits a new high, like it did in 2021, bear market. So maybe we do hit the $8 to $10 range. We come up here, That's the top, and then we pull back, and then maybe we consolidate and hold over $3 or so for the bear market, and then 2030. What's the next stop up? 26 bucks. I don't know. If we hit $10 this cycle and that's the top, maybe $30 next time if it holds up like this. Yeah, what are they saying the 2030 price is going to be? What are they saying, silver? What are they saying, trader? Yeah, what's the possibilities? I don't follow XRP that close, so I have no idea what they're doing and what people are saying anymore these days. But yeah, I guess we'll leave it at that. I appreciate you guys coming in. We only got 12 people left in here. It's already past 6. I do have to get things done and get some sleep tonight for work. Got to get up at 4:30 in the morning again. But I do appreciate you guys. I appreciate the couple of super chats that came rolling in. It's always nice. It's always awesome. And yeah, tomorrow's my last day of work, so there's a good chance I'll be streaming tomorrow. I got off a little earlier today, so we'll see how tomorrow goes. But yeah, let me end the poll. All right, so Dogecoin, 58 votes. Doge is the winner. Doge to $1 before the others. Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, as always, none of this is financial advice. Thanks for watching, everyone. Good luck. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.